Corn Queens and Gentle Xenos. Coming to you live from Rick Priestley's palatial mansion. This is the #1 Xenos shit show on the internet, the Creature Conference. And here is your host, Mr. Ping.
Oh.
As it is tradition.
Okay, as is tradition, my mic's not working. That's a good start. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this, the #1 Xenos shit show on the internet. I'm your host, Martin Synthesis, otherwise known as Mr. Pink, and I'm joined this evening by my good buds, Flynnhammer. Flynnhammer, want to say hello?
Hello.
Hello. Hydra.
Good evening.
Good evening. And Emergency German. Sneaking in without even knowing. Symbio Joe. Hello, Joe. Sneaky. Oh, in fact, you're so sneaky, I have to expand the who's talking. Oh, shit. Who's talking panel so that we can see Symbio talking. There we go.
No, don't do it. Then I remain sneaky.
Thank you all for joining this evening. We are going to do this Tyranid tier thing in just a moment. But one thing I wanted to get to right away, little surprise guest on the stream. Hydra, your operatives have failed, my love.
Why?
The operatives of the Fat Man have failed. They tried their damnedest to waylay the Thin Man, to make sure he never made it to his destination, never made it back to my claws. But here he is, in all his glory.
Oh, he's back. Oh, damn it.
For those who don't, I'm going to switch this around for a second. For those who don't know what the heck we're talking about, which is probably most people, I created a special patriarch for High Fleet Moloch. In fact, Hydra and I both each created our own special patriarch for High Fleet Moloch's Congregation of the Crimson Worm. I sent mine to him on July 11th, and it didn't reach him because apparently I didn't document the value well enough. So the German customs said 9. They sent it back to Canada on July 29th. It has been lost in Canada Post hell ever since July 29th.
Oh, shit.
I literally picked it up this afternoon.
Okay, so he has been lost on your side of the
Yes.
ocean.
Yes, it is the inefficiency of Canada that has waylaid him. Actually, it was the Germans who said that I was not efficient enough in my packing to account for the value that I declared. And then the Canadians were super inefficient. But the joke is that because mine and Hydra's patriarchs are supposed to be in conflict with each other, that it's Hydra's operatives that stopped the Thin Man from reaching Germany. But I haven't actually opened this package yet. So this thing could just be a pile of broken bits inside.
Uh-oh.
So this is the
What's
most nervous
in the
unboxing
box? Nick, what's in the box?
Okay, well, my double packing is intact, apparently. I put a box within a box, which is still intact.
Well, but I cannot recall what it was, but there was something about how you told me when you told me that I think it was how you declared it.
I declared the full
something.
value because we did our exchange thing.
No. I as I said, I cannot recall what it was, but there was something when you said how you put it all together that I thought, well, this is probably not going to reach its destination. But for the sake of me, I cannot recall what it was.
Well, I declared the value as very high because we did an exchange where you gave me your fish cult and Marco paid you for your fish cult, and then I made this guy for Marco. So I don't know. I guess the Germans looked at it and said, how could this little toy be possibly worth that much money?
Nah, I don't think it was the amount, because they don't care. They actually rub their thumbs together and say like, "Ooh, that's lots of money for us." So
I guess they
I
thought
don't
we were
care.
doing some kind of money laundering or something. Because they said that they can't I got a really cryptic message back from German customs, and it was something like refused import because cannot prove the value declared. Well, the good
Oh,
news, ladies
man.
and gentlemen, is that he's still alive. He's still intact. He's completely intact. I did a good enough job packaging him. The Germans didn't
Good.
destroy him. So Hydra, your operatives are going to have to try another day because this one survived.
I will tell them to. Don't worry.
Now I need to pack him
Yeah.
up exactly how I did before because he's just under the weight needed to ship to Germany with DHL.
You might be on point that they did not believe you that it is worth that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably because it sounds like when you declare it as the money you think that it's worth. It sounds like this is an I want to say financial exchange, but that's wrong. It sounds like it's
Oh yeah.
like a business,
Yeah. Gotcha.
but then you would have to put a
Receipt?
oh Jesus, a receipt in somewhere.
Yeah. This is what Marco noted. He said that like when I send it back to him, I should put like a receipt in there to make it look more official.
Or now that you know that Germans do not value it as much as you do, you can go way low with the price and go under the customs price, which is 20 euros.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. All right.
Yeah,
That was what I wanted to get up to. I'm going to turn off my camera because my camera's going to die anyway in a second. We don't really. Oh, I guess. A couple things I wanted to touch on. Where is my thing? So, oh, what the heck? Oh, okay, wait. So if you haven't had the chance yet, I know this is Creature Conference, and the folks who turn into Creature Conference are one batch of people, and then the folks who tune into Work in Progress Wednesday are usually a different batch of people. But if you're curious, on Wednesday we're going to be doing a stream where we talk about Kickstarter and like hobby Kickstarter and people's experiences with hobby Kickstarter. So Flynnhammer started off this really lovely form. Wait, I thought This is a really lovely form to capture information on how you feel about hobby Kickstarters, your experience about hobbies Kickstarters, and yeah, if you want to share your experience about hobby Kickstarters, I'm going to put this link in the chat right now. Anyone who's here, it's also I've scheduled the stream for this Wednesday already on my YouTube channel. If you go to that stream, the Work in Progress Wednesday stream, you can already read the description, and the link to this form is in that description. We've gotten we've gotten 10 responses, which is decent, but we would like more. So if you want to let us know how you feel about hobby Kickstarters. Hydra, have you done many hobby Kickstarters?
I feel like I was very early on with one of the, I don't know, when Kickstarter started to roll out.
Yeah.
That was when I left GW.
Oh wow, that is a while.
That really is a while, yeah. And what I signed up for was Sedition Wars from Studio McVeigh.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a Kickstarter that should have showed everyone else afterwards how to not do a Kickstarter.
Listen, I want to hear the story. Can you put it in the form?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the story is reproduced in the form, but I will see if I can put it in there.
You are German enough.
Yeah, of course I can fill out a form, but I don't know if the story translates well to a form, but I can do that.
Well, it's like there's a paragraph. Like you can write a paragraph. You can write whatever you want.
Yeah.
In fact, I should probably edit this form because apparently I confused some people with it.
See, time is of essence, and writing stuff takes up time.
Okay, so you want to dictate it to me and you want me to type it out.
Yeah, I should probably just send you a voice message and then you can play out the voice message or something like that.
Yeah. All right. Here, sorry, I shouldn't be doing this on screen, but whatever. Please tell us about any negative hobby Kickstarter experiences you've you'd like to share?
Well, I'm waiting for the Death May Die Kickstarter right now.
I'm waiting for the Dark Object Kickstarter.
For the what?
Dark Object? Westphalia?
Oh, yeah. But that's just around the corner, right? That's
well,
just
I don't know when they're actually going to
finished.
ship, but you mean like physically because it's in Canada?
Oh, I'm not sure when they promise to deliver it.
I think it's a few months. Anyway, sorry. So that is that form that you can fill out because we love forms here apparently. But breaking news, there's a new form. Nick and Nora's Infinite Stream, episode 1. But we're doing a thing.
What's that?
So when we haven't had a creature conference in a long time. I think the last creature conference we had was like July 20th or something.
Yeah.
We've all been very busy, and we'll get into that. But for one of the creature conferences in between that we had to miss, I had this weird impromptu stream where I was just working on a project at the cottage that Nora and I were renting. And Nora just came over and joined the stream. And then she's like, we should do a stream together, like regularly. I'm like, okay. So we're doing a stream. It's already scheduled on my YouTube. You can go find it. It's blah blah blah. It's gonna happen on. I actually need to change the date. I set the date for the Saturday the 14th, but it's actually gonna be on Sunday the 15th of September. It's gonna be on a weekend. We're gonna try and do it early so that we can so more people can tune in, because late night on a Sunday is not when it's to be around. But we don't really know what to talk about. So Nora suggested that we do an AMA thing for part of it. So this form here is you get to ask Nora any question. AMA for Nora. If there's anything you want to know from my lovely life partner and Norn Queen, or the Norn Queen, this is where you get to ask. Of course, you can ask on stream, but like, you know, it's helpful for us if you send your questions in advance. And she's stated that she wants to review the questions. So if you send them in advance,
Pre-screened.
you can have a look. Was that?
Pre-screening them.
Exactly. Wait, what the hell? Oh,
That's almost cheating, right?
oh my god, YouTube is confusing me. What, the pre-screening is cheating?
Yes.
So I don't have the
Then you're
link
all
for this.
prepared.
But if you go over to my YouTube and you click on the little card for the upcoming stream, the link is in the description there. And we look forward to seeing your questions.
Look at you, Nick, being so professional.
Jesus
Having
Christ, Fine,
things
it's your
prepared
fault.
in advance. It's only taken us I don't know how many years.
Okay, final thing that I want to plug, and then we'll move on. Redgrass Games. I can't show you right now, but I'm using a Redgrass Games lamp. They're hold on. This sexy number right here. It's like a 2-bar lamp. Oh, this is the worst post ever. Anyway, they made this cool lamp on Kickstarter a while ago. When was this? I don't know, 12 weeks ago. But I've been using this lamp for a long time. I love it. It's really friggin' good. And they're about to do a new Kickstarter for a smaller version of their lamp. Instead of having 2 LED bars on it, it only has 1 LED bar. I am definitely getting me one of these because I love this thing so much that I basically throw it in a yoga bag and pack it anytime I want to like go anywhere with it, and set it up. But this new version won't have to attach to a desk. It looks way more compact and portable. So I'm super excited. So I just want people to know about it. They don't give me one. They don't give me shit. I'm going to have to pay for this full price, but the one I have is really cool and I really love it. I use it when I've got my camera on here. I shoot my camera between the 2 bars and it gets really good light. So yeah, I just wanted everyone to be aware of that. If you're looking for a light, it's not going to be cheap. The one that I bought was like, I think the bigger one was like 150 or 199 Swiss francs, which I think that's like euro. I don't know.
No, not at all.
Way more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. Sorry to
Yeah, people in
interrupt, but
Switzerland are
Swiss
rich.
francs are not so far from the euro right now. I looked it up because I wanted to see how much a picture from Nikki Grillet was.
Oh, same.
Oh shit! So I could have bought them all. Damn it!
Yes,
No,
you
I already
could.
bought them all.
Yeah, that was what I was expecting.
Yeah, if you guys missed your
Because-
chance this week, Nikki
Yeah.
Plie put up some art that she's selling. She's gonna do it again, she said. But did you get one, Hydra?
Nope.
She threw it out for dirt cheap then.
Yes, she did.
They were super cheap. They were stupid cheap. I think I got 4 or 5.
Wow.
Dude, you gotta support your artists. So if you're not familiar with Nikki, this is Nikki's art. Nikki's art is phenomenal. Nikki used to work for Games Workshop as a concept artist.
Yep.
She's super talented, and she was selling some original works in her Instagram stories. And I told her that the next time she wants to sell some, you should make sure to let me know, and I'll put them up in my stories as well, because they're so cool. And they were stupid cheap, like 20, 30 Swiss francs.
Yeah, for the large 150s, which was I think I looked it up, was 60 euros, which is nothing.
Yeah. That's Nikki. But if you want to get on this lamp, it's probably going to cost, I'm guessing, between 100 and 200 euros. But the one I have, the build quality is really solid. Like the arms, the lights, everything. The clamp that goes on the desk. The only issue I have with it is that the part that plugs into the wall is pretty Mickey Mouse, but whatever. The rest of it's great. And this one actually has a stand, which I think is cool because the current one does not. Anyway, that's enough product placement for people who aren't giving me money. Guys, what have you been up to lately? Because I have not spoken to you. I've spoken to Symbio lately because he sat in on Games Workshop's worst stream that ever happened. Did you guys see that?
Nope.
Good.
I was fortunately asleep.
Good.
I was not part of that.
Weren't you? I thought you were.
No.
God damn.
Maybe someone is impersonating me very well, but no, I wasn't.
Were you here for the
not
previous
part of
one? You were
that.
here for a recent Work in Progress Wednesday.
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Sorry, I got it all turned around. Did you watch that or did you skip it, Symbio?
I did skip it. It was my sleep was way much more important than
Good.
watching this stream.
It was a good
And
choice.
Looking into it in the aftermath, I was so correct.
It was trash. Like literally, they gave us more information in the Warhammer community post they put up afterwards that just had like the roadmaps in it. Like it was such a waste of time.
Oh, was it those roadmaps that someone
Yeah.
said like a random graphic designer could do it better?
Yes. And they had such important information on them, such as more resin, more models. Like that's literally the copy they had. It was a travesty. Like I guess we shouldn't be complaining because like they don't have to tell us what's coming before it comes, but if they're gonna have some kind of preview stream and they're gonna get people's hopes up, that's not the way to do it because that was horrendous.
They've gone downhill, the preview streams. Just since the ones in COVID were brilliant, but it's like they're trying to do a preview every time there's sort of a big event, and it's just like no. And now they've gone to being pre-recorded.
Yeah,
it's just like there's no interaction. It doesn't feel
the guys were
previewy.
saying that because they aired it on Twitch, and apparently you're not allowed to air things on Twitch that are pre-recorded. It's like a rule.
Okay.
Anyway, whatever.
Yeah,
Bad Games Workshop.
Well, I think they can get away with they'll get away with it because I know other companies, like if you look at, for example, Minecraft is just the first thing that comes to my head. Whenever they do like the whole this is new thing coming,
Yeah,
they've got a pre-recorded element for it. It's like roll VT, so that's technically would breach their rule. So a lot of it they let slide anyway.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
but
Well,
I think
whatever. It was it
Just
was
like-
a mess. It was dumb.
Yeah.
And I felt dumb for watching it, but I was glad I was watching it with friends because it would have been even worse.
I made the realization after the fact of course we're not going to see anything new this year because November is when they basically don't really release anything new in December.
Yeah.
November is when they release the Christmas boxes.
Yeah.
So anything they've already announced will get them up to October,
Mhm.
and then anything else will then start coming out January, February.
Oh, interesting.
So
I hadn't thought about that.
that's been like the last few years anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like November, December, nothing new. January, all the new stuff drops.
All right. So Flynnhammer, what have you been up to since July? Your brother got married. How was that?
Oh, that was fun. I got to see a lot of family members I haven't seen for a fair bit of time, so that was
Yeah.
good to catch up with some of those.
Cool.
Then it just had some time off from work. My Dogs of War army has slowly grown a little bit more,
Mhm.
and I've started to paint my Necrons where they are all at a stage of anything that's not a monolith or little pieces of terrain. The silver is I'm doing them the old way, the old way of Necrons, so they're just silver.
Yeah.
So they're undercoated, they've been washed, and then they've been highlighted with a dry brush. And then I've gone over where anything I'm going to have is any like the weapons sort of thing. I've covered that over with the Black Templar contrast.
Yeah.
So my next step is basically coming in with a green for where the lights would be, and then going either over it with the Tesseract Glow or just putting the Tesseract Glow on top of it. I haven't decided which yet,
Okay, cool.
but I haven't really been doing much hobby in the last
Yeah,
couple of
I
weeks.
haven't been doing that much. Simon, you
Yes.
birthed a new spawnling. Tell us some exciting
Yes.
things about that. How's that been going for you?
Yeah, he all on his own.
Yeah, me. Well, I did not much of the work, at least of the spawning.
Yeah.
That was all my wife.
How kind of her.
Yes, she was so generous to take one for the team, as they say. Well, the little man is our third child, and that really throws things into everything into a new light.
Yep.
As you would estimate. There have been lots of people saying in advance, like, "Oh, the first child changes everything. The second child is not like a second child, but like 3 more children, and the third is just, tagging along."
How do you feel about that?
I don't believe them. They
Yeah.
they lie. Yeah, that's not true.
That sounds like a massive lie.
Yes. Kids never just tag along. They all have their claims and needs and all that. It is weird of how much I remember from our bigger boys, from the, I would say, down times,
Yeah.
the not so shiny parts. And how little my wife remembers of that, because we have had more than once the conversation of, "Do you think this is usual that he does this and that?" And I say yes, because the other ones did that as well. And she goes like, "Did they? I don't recall
Isn't
that."
there
And
like some kind
I
of
said, "Well, I
biological
recall
imperative?
very well wandering, carrying this child throughout the night,
Yeah.
up and down the living room." Yeah, we have come to. I'm not. I don't sound too positive right now. I'm. That
That's okay. You don't
probably
have
is.
to.
Yeah, it's probably because I'm tired. My wife said at one point, "You are mixing up words," and I said, "Well, my students have said so, but I haven't noticed." And she said, "Yes, you are mixing up words all the time." And I said, "Well, what shall I do? I'm tired." And then she said, "Well, you cannot do much. I need to do something." And then she moved into the guest rooms, during the night. So I only wake up twice a night because the big boys are coming still into our bed, but luckily not at the same time, but at different times. so they make sure that I'm interrupted at least twice.
Oh man.
But now that my wife is gone, I'm just interrupted twice.
Now that your wife is gone.
Yeah, we are not sure when she's coming back into our sleeping room, but not right now.
Okay. Well, that's very kind
the
of her to
little
do
ma-
that so that you can, function.
Yeah, she's really, and it's interesting to observe how hormones work,
Yeah.
and how they keep you afloat,
Yeah.
and how they at some point pass away. When I said I'm talking rubbish and I don't notice it, at that time I didn't feel exhausted at all. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm getting up, I'm going to work, I'm getting up, going to work, everything's fine.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel the exhaustion.
Yeah.
And then at some point, it was like I was hit by a horse,
Yeah.
and suddenly, like someone switched on the light, and suddenly the exhaustion was there. And my wife had been keeping running for, I would say, a week longer, but now she really feels the exhaustion as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because the little man he's gaining weight like mad. He has gained double the weight than usually kids do in their time. So he's a little fatty right now, and which is not bad, because we're not feeding him. Well, my wife is breastfeeding him. But that also means that I cannot do much, because you recall the dinos from Disney, I think it was.
Oh yeah, the dinosaur
Yes.
show.
Yes,
the mama.
with
He's
a
the
little
baby.
baby.
Yeah.
Smashed the father in the face with a frying pan, screaming, "Not the mother,
Yeah.
not mommy," or whatever the translation is. Yeah,
In
that's
English, it was not
that-
the mama, not the mama.
yeah. And that's what my little man is doing with my face. But no, it's not my face, it's my ears, because
Oh,
he starts
God.
screaming whenever I have him.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like sitting as well, so you have to be moving, have to be walking for him to fall asleep, and that can take, worst case, hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's exhausting. And the problem is, I'm pretty aware that the start phase is this phase we are in right now is the phase for the mothers, because they are absolutely needed. I cannot imagine how you would want to raise a kid, without having breasts. Well, obviously you can feed it with a bottle, but
Yeah.
he's so fixated on my wife that I cannot imagine anything else working. Which surely would, but anyway, he spends lots of time on my wife.
Yeah.
Which means I'm doing all the rest.
Oh, okay.
Which
You're
I'm
like
not.
parenting all the other kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, not complaining, but it's just
A lot.
a lot. And I didn't take any parental leave because money.
How does parental leave work in
and
Germany?
You get I think 60% of your salary,
Yeah.
but that doesn't exceed 1,800 euros.
Oh. It can never be higher than 1,800.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
And we didn't save up before to cope for that time, and if I would stay, I would have to stay at home for 2 months.
Okay.
And that would be a certain amount of money, and
Not viable.
the bad part is that I'm not allowed to stay the second month at home with my wife being at home at the same time. They just changed that. I have no
What?
fucking idea why. This is bullshit, and this is against everything that's good for a young family. But apparently, the politicians decided to slip that past, and
Like only one parent is
Yeah,
allowed to be there for the second month?
yes. So long story short, that means I'm working full time. And my school, in its infinite wisdom, has decided to make my life absolutely miserable with giving me the worst possible timetable that ever. I tried to build a timetable that's more shitty, but I couldn't.
Okay.
So to give this some numbers, I'm at work 50% more of the time that I usually work per week,
Okay.
but I don't get that paid.
What?
It's just because I have free, I don't have a lesson, but I
Yeah.
have a quotation marks break. But this break is no break because it's 1.5 hours long break. They can always put me in another class in that time, so I work even more. And the fun part is that until I reach a certain amount of those plus hours, I don't get them paid. I just work them. And
God.
of course, they always cut me off before I get paid, and then I don't have to jump in for anyone else.
Oh God.
So yeah,
Shitty system.
I'm coming home in late afternoon being totally destroyed by little fuckers. And then my wife grins at me and says, "Hey,
Here's
yeah,
some more
you have
little
been away the
fuckers.
whole day, and I've been busy with the kids. Here are the kids."
Have some more little
And
fuckers.
yes, have some more screaming, have some more. Wee! Look at my need now. Look what I need now. And then we put the kids in bed, and then we do all the parental adult stuff, and then it's, I don't know, it's 9:45, and then we have some free time, and 50 minutes later we're going to bed.
Yikes.
Yes, that's my life in a nutshell right now.
So are you getting any time for
Uh,
hobby?
No. Well, I get very little time for hobby, and the time that I do is right now.
Well, I'm glad
And
you're joining us.
whatever I can carry to school to do there. Oh,
Right.
I assume my wife needs my assistance. I'll be back in a moment.
Symbio, tell us what you've been up to, man.
As some might recall, I was up to Skaven, and I'm working steadily my way through the Skaven Spearhead. And it is right now easier to say what still has to be done than what I have done.
Yeah.
So the Red Ogres, the Grey Prophet, and the shooty bang bang gun, the big one that is pushed around by 4 other Skaven, is still on the menu, and I'm a little bit procrastinating around because I have no motivation to paint that bloody gun. And
What is it about the gun that you feel is sapping your motivation? It's not
Yeah.
organic or what?
Yeah, maybe it is the. It is one of those models you better paint when it's not assembled, I guess.
Ah, gotcha.
And
Sub-assemblies, I guess people call it.
yeah, I
hate
did
that.
not fully assemble it, so I can pick off the gun and yeah, I'm really not thrilled. I had an idea how to paint the Skaven, and that Skaven Lord on that Skaven red thingy was very, very fun to paint.
Good.
But
my
that
favorite
gun, I don't know. That is a lot of metallics that I don't know. I'm avoiding it right now. And then well, we entered September, and September is my live action role playing month right now.
Ah.
So I made a Nerf gun,
Which I love.
and well, I modded a Nerf gun in that case just for the looks. I did not change the spring or anything like that because safety reasons.
Yep.
And I made some little mushroom buttons, and yeah.
Is that the one you
organizing
showed the other day, the Lawmaker or the Lawbringer or whatever it's called?
Yeah, the Lawbringer. It was a series that Nerf brought out a long time ago, the I think 2067 Doomland series. They did at one point. It was very obvious that Nerf has recognized that adults are their audience now and not children.
Yeah.
That was the zombie line when, The Walking Dead was very at its peak.
I have a
so to
shotgun
say.
from the zombie line. I love it. It has like actual
Yeah.
shells. It's like a 3-shot shell thing.
Yeah, I modded one of these and gave it away because I that thing is not very consistent when it comes to shooting performance in my eyes.
No, it just looks badass.
It does. It is optical. That gun is very nice.
I like bits ordered.
and yeah,
more
you had
shells from
the-
Nerf. I didn't even know you could bits order from Nerf.
Yeah, you have the zombie line, then you had the Doomlands line, and then they went back to a more slick sci-fi look.
Yeah.
And that is where there are now in point of designs, and now they came out with the N line for their darts, which seems to fly more precise and faster, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
I have.
So
not
I'm looking
looked-
for I'm looking forward this month to camp in abandoned buildings and be a wasteland librarian.
Cool. I have not looked at Nerf guns in a long time, and I think it's better for my wallet that way. Because I'm susceptible to Nerf guns.
Most possible.
Well, I hope you have a great time with your LARPing. And good luck with the rest of your Skaven menu. I was going to say, when I find a model that it feels like it would be better painted in sub-assemblies, I just stick the whole damn thing together and paint it, and then just don't paint the areas I can't get at. Hope for the best.
Yeah, that is one tactic, and I should have. I Sanafall highlighted it all, and I should have been more careful with the lighter, with the highlightings, and kept more parts in the dark, so to say.
Yeah.
So it does not jump at the observer that much. But yeah, lesson learned.
Oh, well. But are you enjoying the Skaven models in general?
Yes.
When you said the big guy on the rat was fun to paint, were you being facetious, or did you actually mean it was fun?
No, that was fun.
Good.
I enjoyed that very much. I found a nice technique to paint warpstone that is throw down white, throw over the contrast paint, dark angels, and then go for the more lighter areas with the tesseract glow. And I think that makes a nice look for
Nice.
warpstone.
Cool.
And also I found some nice mixes for fur using the Vallejo speed paints, just throwing green and red together makes a very nice brown tone.
So tell me about the Vallejo speed paints, because my buddy Wilbur Waitley's been trying to get me onto them. How do you find them?
They they do not exactly work like contrast paints.
No?
They apply like contrast paints. They are very fluent. They do what they do, but they my first impression of contrast paint was when you use contrast paints, your model turns into a paint after number models. So
Yes.
you very clearly know where your shadows are. You very clearly know where your highlights have to go, and you have that middle in between spot. And the Vallejo speed paints, they don't do that exactly. You really have to go for the second layer to flash out what contrast paints do in the first layer.
When you're saying
That,
second layer, do you mean a second coat of the same? express paint.
Yeah, that I think that is the way to go if you want the same effect that the GW contrast paints have, because the GW contrast paints have a very they pool very easily in places you do not want them to pool, or even in the places where they are pooling very strongly.
Yeah.
And the Vallejo speed paints don't do that.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Which could be a good thing.
Yeah, that could be. It is. There is. I think when it comes to colors, when it comes to different color palettes, there is no. You slap it on and it looks good. Well,
Yeah.
there are, of course, exceptions to the rule. Especially, I think about Games Workshop's contrast paint that is Flash Terror's red.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that thing you slap on a bloodletter, and it is a match made in heaven.
Nice.
That contrast paint is made to be thrown on bloodletters.
Yeah, I have that one. I have the Blood Angel red. I can't remember.
Blood
But,
Angel red is the brighter one.
My experience is that the first generation of contrast paints, I like them better. The subsequent lines seem to be very higher saturation, but not as much like difference between like lights and darks. Like it feels like early contrast was contrast, and later contrast is like. Do people remember foundation paints, like the Games Workshop foundation paints that are supposed to cover in one coat?
Yeah, I remember those ones.
Yeah, so I feel like the later contrast colors that are more saturated, like the second gen or whatever, they feel like contrast foundation paints where they just like cover more than I would expect from contrast. Anyway.
Well, sometimes the contrast paints do that too, and that is why the contrast medium is pretty essential to work with Games Workshop contrast paints, in my opinion.
Yeah. And contrast medium, if you don't want to buy it from Games Workshop, you can buy it from War Colors, which is where I got mine in a big giant bottle. Okay, so I was trying to kill some time before Hydra got back to talk about the tier stuff. He's not back, is he?
Does not sound like it.
Nope, doesn't sound like he's back.
Yeah, so the whole point of the stream, though we spent some time catching up because it's been a while, is to finish off our Tyranid kits for bits for kits tier list, which was another good idea that Flynnhammer had. And the idea here is just to rank Tyranid kits for the purpose of conversions, like which kits are the best at providing, like filling your bits box with tasty Tyranid bits that you can use for many different conversions, not just building the stock model. And we started this off like more than a month ago with Persnickety Sculptor and Hydra and Flynnhammer. And now we're gonna finish it off with Symbio's help. Oh, actually, Symbio.
Yes.
Can you see the screen that Flynnhammer's got up here with the tier list where we got it to so far?
Yes, I can see it. Yes.
So, and are you familiar with tier list stuff? I say that because I wasn't super familiar with it until recently.
I am familiar. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So like it's a rating scale. S is the best. I think it's for like super or something. And then it's like letter grades A, B, C, D. So we went through a bunch of kits here in our first round. Maybe Symbio will have you take a look at this and see how you feel about this in terms of looking at the kits that we've rated, and if you would maybe change some ratings, or if you agree with these ratings in terms of which kits are most useful for conversion. Maybe start at the bottom, like D, and then work your way up. And Flynnhammer, if he's having trouble seeing one, can you let him know which is what?
Well, I think Forge World models are, putting them in the D tier, because resin and because the size.
Yeah.
The Barbgons, I have my own story with Barbgons.
Wait, what's your story with Barbgons?
Well, I wanted to fix them so they look good, and I failed because they are very much designed that way that everything fits and looks that the way it should when you build them from stock.
Yeah.
And there are some ways around the barb gown design, and I found some, and some other people found some ways around the barb gown design. And I even managed to slap a barb gaunt shredder, whatever it is called, rifle on a Tyranid warrior, which works quite well.
Yeah.
But I do not think that gets them out of the D tier.
Yeah.
They are very fixed in what they are, and you have to put some effort to get them out of that. And yeah, there is, as long as nobody comes with a genius idea, the gun is the only thing you can use for conversions. Maybe the head.
Yeah. That's good.
The
Yeah, I think
seat.
Bits of Box did some cool stuff with them where he turned them into like more of a warrior type. Where they're more upright, and but it was mostly swapping out the legs, I think. Otherwise keeping them more or less the same. They are I've tried to convert them. They are very okay. And what about the how do you feel about the C tier?
C tier is interesting. I see a lot of regular gaunts in the C tier. That's all right, I guess, because gaunts you can only convert around other gaunts so far. The Van Ryan sleepers, I do not feel like they are a C tier pick, as is the Neurolictor. I have not fooled around with the Death Leaper. I'm not exactly familiar with what you can do with him or you cannot do with him. The Patriarch, I think, is pretty hard stuck in C tier because he's very special but has some options. I think that is
Sorry?
the Maleceptor, the
Yeah.
first one. Yeah, I
Mhm.
think for big models, yes, but everything else, no. So the only two picks I would push up one rank would be the Van Ryan Sleepers and the Neuranthrope.
Yeah.
Okay, then we have the Gargoyles, the Harpy, the Gene Stealers, and the Exocrine. The B tier so far, I see no problem with that. Especially the Exocrine, which is also the Haruspex model. There you get a lot of gribbly bits for your buck. That is a very interesting one. So B tier seems very obvious to me. A tier, I would push down the Neurotyrant to B tier because I do not see that much use for him for other kits. And I think he and the Psychophage profit from a lot of early kit bashes we saw after the new Tyranid release, because both are easy accessible and are easy to bash to a degree. I think the Psychophage is way easier to bash with other kits than the Neurotyrant. Then, of course, we have the Lictor. There's no arguing about the Lictor. And the non-emissary. Yeah, I don't know about that one. The non-emissary is a strange in-between size. And I think that is what qualifies him for A tier, because
Literally converting one right now.
yeah, you can really use him as a bits of box, as are the Tyranid warriors that are S tier, the Turvigon Tyrannofex kit in S tier. I do not feel that.
Yeah.
I would dump that down to A tier.
There's so many
As
good bits in it, man. The legs
Nah,
alone.
nah.
Legs, the guns, the claws, the talons.
Yeah, if you want to build big bugs, S tier. If you do not give a shit about big bugs, A tier.
Okay, so maybe this is what we're hitting up against. Maybe I didn't really realize it, but I like only converting big bugs. And Symbio, you're more into little bugs.
Yeah. It is a fucking miniatures game. I want miniatures. I don't want action figures to bash against each other.
See, the secret with making big bugs is that people think you're a good sculptor when really you're just doing really big stuff.
Yes, of course. And the secret about big miniatures is that people think you're a good painter.
Yeah, see? Now you know.
Yeah, that is why Ryan's Minis is such a cherished member of our community.
Yeah, because he paints the small stuff and paints it really.
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't know if we talked about it, but we did the whole like Gaunt swap thing earlier this year where a bunch of people, well, end of last year, beginning of this year, a bunch of members of the community got in, everyone painted 20 Gaunt or 12 Gaunts or something. We exchanged them. I had like a secret thing where I wanted to have some surprise Gaunts for people. So I approached like Nikki Clie, approached High Fleet Moloch, which didn't work out, but then Hydra jumped in and painted some for Moloch, and then some other folks. But one of the secrets that I got was Ryan's Minis, where I got Ryan to paint a Termagant for me, but while he was painting that, he also painted a Termagant for one of the participants in the swap. And it took a while to get that to the person, but I finally got that to the person, and they so there's it's Alam who came up with the idea for the Gaunt swap. I thought that he deserved something special for coming up with such a good idea because it was so much fun. So I commissioned a Gaunt for him from Ryan's Minis. Ryan did an excellent job on his and mine.
Question: was this explained why zoanthropes and venanthropes are a split option, although they are both the combined kit?
Oh, Flynn, do you remember? Why did we come up with that?
Because you wanted them as two separate entries, Nick. That was
Yeah,
the
'cause I'm an
only reason
asshole.
why I put them as one. The whole point for me when I was making it was if they're a dual kit, they go as one image. I chose the zoanthropes image, and you were like, no, you want to use the venanthropes because of the whips. That's the only reason why there's two of them on there.
The reality is that if you have venom throat bits, I'm like, I guess I'll take those. But if you have zone throat bits, I'm like, tasty good, give them to me.
Yeah. There's one comment from Donald says, why are toxic green tentacles not S tier? Because it's not just for the toxic green tentacles that you get that kit. While the tentacles are good, it's the rest of the kit. And Nick, what do you like to call those kits as?
Sorry, give that to me again.
What do you like to
Green
call like
stuff
the
in the freezer.
toxic green kit as, and the Tyrant Guard kit?
Oh, did I ask you to split those out? Like Hive Guard and Tyrant Guard, or no?
Yeah, but then I was like, no, I'm not splitting those ones because they are basically the same. But as in, what you call the Maliceptor and the toxic green kit as Fisher Price?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They got low detail. They got super low
Yeah.
detail. They're terrible.
Mm.
But you're right
The
that the
brains-
Tyrant Guard also have that.
Yeah, the adrenal glands on the Tyrant Guard is actually quite a lot of detail into them. That's a really tiny piece. And then the same for the Toxicrene, where you've got the brain's got a lot of detail, but they're sculpted into the main body. And when you build the Toxicrene, you just put the little cover on top.
Yeah,
It's
the
not
builder.
as good.
Well, okay. Symbio, thank you for going through the tiers and letting us know where you think we have...
May I add
What?
one?
Yeah.
Okay, to keep this short, the Biowar kit slash the Pyrowar
Oh
kit.
wait, you didn't get into those. Okay.
I don't think we are at the full potential of that kit because the body of that kit is so strange. And after I worked my way through it, anyone out there who has still a Biowar unassembled / Pyrowar unassembled, look at the main body and look at it as an upright walking Tyranid.
Didn't Will
And
do
tell
this?
me I'm wrong.
Didn't
And
Tactical
tell
D-Bag
me
do
I'm
this?
wrong. There is a upright walking Tyranid in that kit.
Didn't Tactical D-Bag do this? I think he's doing a conversion of just that, didn't he?
Maybe he might be the one for doing that. And of course, the Carnifex is maybe not so strong on the detail as well, as it is an older kit, but the bits you get out of it, of course. So is the Hive Tyrant, not the original kit though, because you did only get the Hive Tyrant, but the plastic kit with the wings and the options of the Swarm Lord and a lot of
Yeah, we're talking about the plastics here.
Yeah, you switch from metal to plastic, easy to see in S tier. So yeah, that is my commentary on all of that.
So are you saying that the Pyrovore Biovore should be in like a S plus tier? It should be even higher than S tier?
Not 100%. I just want to throw it out there that that kit that is in S tier is still a sleeper kit. S is for sleeper kit.
Like it. I actually
We-
have a couple of Biovores that I haven't really gotten into. I did that one where I tried to convert it to be more like an
I
old Biovore.
think we can get some mad science out of this kit.
I agree. I have a lot of things I want to do with the Biovore kit that I haven't tried yet. So that's why it's S tier for me. Like the talons are great, the armor plates are great, the one gun is great, the Biovore gun. The Pyrovore gun I don't love so much, but I love the Biovore gun a lot. Yeah. All right. So that takes us through those tiers. So Symbio, as you're our guest here, do you want to pick the kit that we should talk about next from the ones in the bottom?
Do you want to challenge me, or can I pick any of these?
You pick anyone.
Yeah, the Hive Guard Tyrant Guard kit is easily an S tier.
You think so?
Yeah,
Tell me why.
I made so much non-Games Workshop Tyranid options out of this kit, and I see the armor plating used, I see the weapons used, way more of the Hive Guard part than of the Tyrant Guard.
Yeah.
I think the Tyrant Guard part is a little bit too chunky, maybe to a degree too little less detail, but we are going for bits. And this is a bits treasure box. To give my final I die on that hill example, I easily could kit bash this with the old Red Terror kit. And I have the Red Terror kit lying around from the time I bought it. I wanted to do something with it. The only thing I used were the scything talons, because you get 3 pairs of it.
Yep.
But the body and the armor plating, everything was a little bit awkward. And when starting fooling around with the Tyrant Guard / Hive Guard, I finally found purpose for the old Red Terror bits to a degree.
Cool.
And that pushes this kit, in my eyes, up to S tier.
Flynn, what do you think?
I was going to say A tier for them, because while a lot of the stuff were before this edition, they were great for it. Like they were people that the body was really good to use as a basis for like a Tyrant Gut, not Tyrant Gut, as a Tyranid Prime.
Yeah.
It could be a beefier, stronger one, or to start it off as many people did, turn it into a Biovore. It's with this new edition, they're not as good as they used to be. Like I will still.
You mean the things you want to convert them into aren't as good?
Or it just like the bits there, the Tyrant Guard forearms there, they are brilliant. They're still good. But I said the whips, the actual other arms for them, not as good. Like I still use the chest pieces. But aside from that, I don't see as much potential for the bits in that kit
Yeah.
as the others. Like the claws, the rending claw arms, and the armor plates is what I see as the potential, and the guns itself for the Hive Guard. Apart from that, there's not much for me, but I do see the kit. It's definitely better than the gargoyles and gene sealers from the Exocrine, but I don't think it's on the same level as like the Warriors. So I think an A tier for it for me.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Flynn. I also think they're A tier. The bits are excellent, but I have trouble seeing past the crappy detail. Like the lash whips on these things are these fat, sluggy things with like flat ends on them. They're not great. They don't look good. But those bracing arms I have used a lot on like shooty warriors and stuff like that. I think those are still great bits. But I think Flynn's starting to touch on the fact that as we get the new Tyranids and as we see like the new hotness, the old stuff that is lower detail really starts to show its age. And it's kind of messed up that I see the Tyrant Guard is showing their age more than the Carnifex. The Carnifex was released 10 years before the Tyrant Guard, nearly 10 years before the Plastic Tyrant Guard, but it's maybe like 5 or 7 years. But it's
11.
Really? Its detail holds
This
up way better.
This will come into. Hopefully, we can get to it later. Something a quiz I've planned.
Ooh,
if we can get to it.
Cute. I want
them
to,
in
okay,
now.
so we should move on because I want to get to that. So
Yeah.
Symbio, I take your point, but for me, it's A as well. Just because I don't think they're hot enough. Like the bits are good. The armor plating is amazing. I've used the body, the feet, the legs. I don't know why, but I love Tyrant Guard legs. I use them a lot in a bunch of different places. But yeah, the quality of the kit, it was never that great. Although I do love the Impaler gun for the Hive Guard. That's one of my favorite guns in the whole Tyranid line. Cool. Flynn, you want to pick the next one?
I want to go for Raveners.
Raveners. Tell me where you put them.
So I'm torn right now between an S tier and an A tier because you've got the tails, which you can use to make any Tyranid serpentine, like snake, anything like that. It's really good. Like the heads are really good to change up if you want to make, because they've got the mandibles with them, and so you could put that onto a warrior, give it a different look to the head. You could put it onto anything, like even if you're going back doing the old commander gaunt sort of thing, you normally put a warrior head onto it, but you can give it the Ravener head. It's got a little bit more detail, I feel, with the mandibles onto it, makes it look better. Like the claws as well are really good just standalone. And then you get four different chest plates in there, which are good. Like I've actually turned the Spinefish chest plate, put 2 of them together into a bioflail for a Wrecker Carnifex.
Smart.
And then they're just like even just talking about it now, I'd say they're S tier. Just the sheer versatility to that kit. I think there is more versatility to the kit than actually building them as Raveners. It's better to use them for bits.
Yeah.
It's one of those prime examples.
Yeah, I've bought several Ravener kits. I've never built a Ravener, but I've happily used these bits for other things. I agree with you on many of those points, Flynn, on the tail. Even not serpentine gaunts. Like when I made the Crucified Tyranid Prime for High Fleet Moloch, I gave it one of these tails because I think on a Tyranid Prime, the big chunkier tail, some bigger legs, it really works well. I really like the variety of scything talons. I don't love the Ravener Scything Talons, but I think it's cool that we have different kinds of Scything Talons, and theirs are like fatter, dig in the ground well. Probably my favorite part of the kit is the torsos, because both, as Flynn mentioned, the thorax, weapon, chest pieces are excellent for different uses. I used one most recently when I made my mini Screamer Killer, warrior size Screamer Killer, because the gun could be like a big Screamer Killer mouth, like the old pewter one. And the back carapace was my go-to for primes because it's thicker than a normal Tyranid warrior carapace. But I don't like the heads. I think the heads just look exactly like warrior heads with some mandibles tacked on the edge. And it really pisses, well, I don't know. I was going to say that, like, from a design perspective, I'm not happy with the Raveners because it doesn't look like they could dig. But if I'm looking at purely as a bits box, I think there's things I would want to buy before I bought a Ravener. So I would go A tier on rather than S. Symbio, how do you feel about the Raveners?
I have to state that I never had the plastic kit in my hand. I'm only familiar with the metal Raveners, the 3rd edition and the 4th edition ones.
So that would mean that you probably don't see them as that valuable.
No, I would. The metal Raveners would hit a hard C or D tier.
You mean the metal version of this design, not the
Yeah,
previous metal?
the metal version of the plastic design we are seeing right now, you do not have all the options. And I desperately, for ages, tried to add these bits to any other Tyranid and was never satisfied with the outcome. So the metal version of this plastic kit is definitely close to a C and D. And the plastic ones I have not worked with, so I have no opinion on those.
Okay. Flynn, where should we put it?
So I'd say A tier overall then. If I forgot, it's got a special ripper in that kit as well.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's the Spine Fist Ripper, right?
That's the Spinefish one was in the old Gene Stealer one.
Oh,
This is
whoops,
one
okay.
that's got like extra ridges on the back. It's got a pincer tail and a really long tongue.
Okay.
Guess who's back?
Oh,
Hi,
we
Jimmy,
Ah,
welcome back,
excellent!
buddy.
You
you
are
doing?
so needed right now.
Okay,
How you doing?
what's that?
You okay?
Tell us what you think about the plastic rippers, the plastic Raveners.
Oh, that's a weird kid. When the first time I saw them, back in the day was pretty much when they had the when that they introduced the Alpha Warrior.
Yep.
And it was very easy to take. I think there was something that you had an extra torso in there or something like that.
Yeah.
So you could use that to build the Alpha. But nowadays the Alpha Warrior is in the kit, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need that anymore. What I like about the box is that you have an extra tail to use.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And you have basically another set of thoraxes because you have those different weapon mounts in there. I also like that you have if I recall it correctly, the Scything Talons were slightly different. They could have been more diggy. They could have more emphasized that that they dig through, through material with that. But all in all, I recall them being slightly different, which was also cool because you could easily mix them with the warriors and gain different, slightly different appearance to both of them. So I recall them. I never built them for what they were, because Raveners never were my cup of tea play wise, because I recall them to be too expensive to be worth it. But a friend of mine, we split different army ideas, and I made the warrior army, and he made the he made a Revenor army where he had like all the Revenors you could take.
Yep.
And by the when they were released, they were a massive bonus to no, they were just way better to the metal ones they had before. Not the 3rd edition ones,
No,
but they
the
have
metal
has
version
the
of
one in
these.
between.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wouldn't buy the kit for kit bash purposes.
Oh.
If I want to have Reveners, I feel like there could be way cooler concepts how they could be represented.
Yeah.
Or how they could work.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't buy them.
You did one version with your Parasite Mortrax conversion into like a Ravener Red Terror, right?
That's one, yes. And the worms I did for High Fleet Moloch were another one.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Hydra sculpted original 100% from scratch, original Ravener type creatures that for High Fleet Moloch, and High Fleet Moloch actually got them cast. You can see them on his profile. Glenn, do you know the ones? Oh wait, you got your
which
screen
ones
up.
you?
Let me grab them once.
Yeah.
They were inspired by his diving. I think the first time he encountered the bobbit worm,
yeah,
he was so impressed by them that he wanted to have them as like a Revenor.
Yeah, so
that's the ones you've sent me.
What?
So sent me one of the original bobbit worms.
Yes.
Simon sent it to you?
Yeah.
Lucky boy. I don't know that I have one of those.
You don't?
I don't think so. I mean,
okay,
maybe?
Marco had them cast, and he gave one cast of each to me as a present, and
nice.
I felt like Mr. Completionist
Museum?
having this Tyranid museum thing should have them. Should have
Smart.
at least one of them.
I like that. Okay, here is put it in the chat. I'll also pop my browser up. So here's one of the bobbit worms that Hydra sculpted. So that's not any existing Tyranid parts. That is 100% sculpted from green stuff. And then Moloch cast it. Let's see if I can find another one. A better picture.
I was trying to look in the Warped Shadow archives because I know it's there, but just trying to locate it.
That's gonna be a deep dive.
Oh no, I know exactly which. I know which folders it's in.
Smarter
just saw
than
it
me.
the other day.
God, why so many
Just getting
nights?
to this folder.
There we go. So here are some different angles on the horrendous Hydra bobbit worm. Were you inspired by those worms in King Kong?
I don't think so. I think we at the time we talked about the tentacle from the mist. That kind of folded up.
Yeah.
And there, so the idea was, I think I have them still somewhere. I started with alternative arms that would be more digging thing, or like more like a drilling head, so that it would close up on the mouth.
Yeah.
And kind of make a cone that would drill through things. Here, the emphasis is more on claws, and I think that was the inspiration that those this worm from the mist.
I just gotta say, buddy, like, I think when you did this, I just was like, yeah, okay, Hydra did another cool thing. But like looking at them like all these years later, because you did this like more than 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. You did such a good job. Like, look at how dynamic this thing is. and like all those arms and the mouth, and you just did a spectacular job. This looks so much more like what a Ravner should be to me. So thanks for
Thank you.
thanks for your hard work.
When I dug it up for to send it to Flynn,
Yeah.
I was amazed by how cool it is that you have like just I remembered how cool it was to just sculpt those arms once
Oh, and then just cast them over and over.
Cast them over and reuse them for different bodies. So I just had to make the body different, and then I made 3 different heads. But I made sure that they would fit on each other, on each of the torsos, because I had to sculpt them from scratch.
So you're doing real deal miniature design.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah,
That was great
so.
fun.
Cool.
Okay. Got it.
Anyway, sorry, back to it. Oh, should we troll through the chat briefly, or I have it. I can look at it, Flynn, if you've got your thing up.
I'll just pick up.
Oh, you broke up a bit there.
Yeah. We're giving for the Ravnus, Simon.
Oh, so Flynnhammer has linked to the Warp Shadow album where you can find Hydra's Bobbit Worms. I'm gonna go backwards. Technician Sourwell, sorry we missed you. See you later, buddy. Tom Wilson is accurately saying that Flynn only likes those Ravners for the Rippers that came with them. Pedro Navarro's here. Hey, Navarro. And was asking if we're missing the Rippers, but Flynn let him know we're only doing kits that you can buy separately. Let's see. Oh, Alam joined. Hopefully Alam got here just in time for me talking about Alam's special gaunt. Vermis is here. Hello, Vermis. Good to see you. Electro Dust Bunny. Hello. Donald or Merchu, why are Toxicrene tentacles not S tier? Is this a joke? Is this because we shamed Donald Merchu for putting a Toxicrene head on a Screamer Killer with its spaghetti tentacles? Thank you, Blinded by Daylight, for saying don't forget to like the video. Yes, I always forget to do this when I'm watching live streams. So if you're watching the stream now, can you like wander over to your computer, mobile device, whatever, and put a like on here? Helps a lot. You're commenting, we already know you're subscribed, but if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We do streams every week. Let's see. Electro Dust Bunny's working on a Tyranid Nerf gun. That's cool. Electro Dust Bunny asks if Hydra's a teacher. Yes, Hydra's a teacher. That's why he was talking about little shits.
Yeah.
Joshua Reyna's here. Hello. Oh, Joshua Reyna is putting in a bid for the old Gene Stealer kits. He said there's great arms and talons for your monsters. Some of those pieces are useful. What is this? Remember, Joshua Reyna says, remember guys, the dinosaurs died because they made a super rock and stick that put them into nuclear winter. I don't get the reference. Does someone get the reference?
That was when we're talking about the nuclear wasteland sort of thing.
Oh.
With Simjo Joe's event.
Oh, and I think Michael might be here. Oh, yo, hook a brother up. Clara. So Radon says, as the third child, we are as much of a monkey wrench as any other. So Radon is a third child, Hydra, his experience.
Oh, okay.
Diana says, greetings to all and congratulations to the Hydra family. So hopefully you saw that.
Thank you.
Tom Wilson says, Modern Synthesis, did you finally get to go to the battle bunker? Oh, that's shit. I never did my thing. So I haven't, the little bit of hobby I've been doing in the last couple of weeks is finishing off the Neurochrone, which was a commission that I was supposed to be done by the end of August. It's a little late, but we made it out. So I was finishing that up for that from the mini wargaming.com, mini wargaming group. People probably know Mini Wargamer Dave, who's like a fitness guru now or something. I don't know. But Tom, I did not get to go to the battle bunker. I was supposed to deliver it last weekend, but me and Matt kind of had a miscommunication and I didn't get to go. So I wound up shipping it the old fashioned way. So it's going through lovely Canada Post. I'm more confident it's going to get there in one piece because it's shipping within Canada because the bunker is just down the street. Not really down the street, just down the highway from me. But yeah, sadly I did not get to go to the mini wargaming bunker. I'll have to wait for another day. Let's see.
While you're
Someone does
looking
ask.
for things, I had a life before the third child,
Yeah.
and I feel
Really?
like there was, yes, I know, and there was lots of hobbying happening in that time because I had the feeling that it's going to be less once he arrived. So I
Oh,
tried to
okay.
squeeze in as much as possible. And I want to plug two things here. So
Oh yeah, you
first
didn't.
is,
Sorry, we didn't get to talk about. You won a challenge before your kid was born.
yeah, I actually won two,
Oh, okay.
which is even weirder.
Very
So
efficient.
yes. So one was the brute for the brute competition, or no, the brute challenge for 1490 Doom, which is kind of a alternative history kind of thing, where in 1490 a weird plague spreads. It's like a mist or a fog that
Yeah.
creeps over the lands of Europe and basically destroys the food and poisons the people, and it's like Nurgle all over the place.
Yeah.
And the only refuge that people can find are on man-made structures. So everyone tries to climb as high as possible and stay there and stay safe.
Oh, weird.
Of course, food starts to become short, and yeah, then it's all over. It's basically a post-apocalyptic setting where knights wear weird gas masks,
Yeah.
in hope to save them from suffocating.
Yeah.
And it's game-wise, it's pretty interesting because it's a vertical tabletop game.
Cool.
And I haven't played it by now, but the goal is to reach the highest structure.
Yeah.
Because it's fresh air up there.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. That entangled me, and what they do is so Magus. I always pronounce the name wrong. Is Magus Boer,
Yeah.
something like that, who made Gelida and all kinds of Ink 28 settings and all that.
Yeah.
So he's one of the two people cooking this up. And what they're doing is they're releasing a lore podcast to flesh out the background more,
Yeah.
which is genius. At least to me, I love listening to those stories. They're pretty well done and exciting. So that's one thing, and of course to push the participants a bit. They are they made this challenge, and yeah, apparently I won. I won that.
Congratulations.
Yay.
Thank you. Yes, it was great fun to see everyone getting excited about this game, and yeah, and they're having another competition that ends tomorrow. I shortly had the hopes of entering that as well, but that got destroyed by
Wild.
life. So I won that, and the other thing that happened was that the lovely high-tech ogre Julian Wild from Germany had his
He's
vignette
German?
28. Sorry?
He's German?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Okay. Yep.
His vignette 28 photo challenge or competition where you could enter basically pictures of your models set in a nice setting. He does some blending of Photoshop and picture taking and all that. As I cannot use Photoshop, I just put models down, play some lights, and hope for the best.
Yep.
And I didn't have time to build anything specific for that, so I went around and looked what I still had standing around and hadn't looked at it in a while. And the idea was to have a narration in those pictures, right? And
Yep.
tabletop miniatures, interestingly, narrate very little. They just stand around and having weapons in their arms, but there is no real story to them.
Yep.
Even though people pretend to be, ooh, look, they have 1,000 different items clung to their belt, and therefore they are suddenly there's so much narration in there. If you're taking a picture, that doesn't really tell.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Yes, absolutely, shots fired. They're very little narrative miniatures. If you have a diorama, that is completely different, because of course that's supposed to be a story, but taking a picture, having a interesting diorama in a miniature form is something different than having an interesting diorama for taking pictures, because it works completely different.
Yeah.
Long story short, I ended up taking pictures of various things and had fun mixing different scales. And in the end, I entered a picture of my Tervigon that I built before Tervigons were a thing.
Your Tervigon in the
I don't
strip
know.
club.
Sorry?
Your Tervigon in the strip club.
Yes.
Bashing down the wall of a strip. I should pull that up. 1 sec. Okay, we need to get back
Probably
to
in
this
the
tier
link I
list
sent.
because we can't have a part 3. And I'm assuming you have to go to bed soon, but
Yeah, no worry. Well, that was the end of the story, that I entered this, and I won one category with that picture.
congratulations.
Thank you. And that was pretty. I was very happy with that, because that was pretty cool. Yeah, and I won some cool picture taking gadgets. Like, he had actual prices. Like, he had
That's
a
super
photo
cool.
supply studio that shop that kind of supplied things for him to send to the participants, and I got a very small light. I don't have that. I'm eager to try it out and
Yeah.
see how good it is.
Is your Tervigon on your profile, or did you only post it in your stories? I can't find it.
I think I haven't posted the picture yet, because I thought he would post the picture, but apparently he doesn't.
Oh,
So
crap. Okay.
he just has it in the "these are the winners" slideshow reel announcing the winners
On his profile?
on his profile. Yes.
Okay, I guess I tech. All right. Hydra, you're back. Pick the next kit that we're going to review. For the
Right, where are we
tier
putting
list.
Ravenous?
Huh?
Putting them in A tier? Ravenous, we haven't actually said where we're putting them.
So Flynn, you said S. Symbio says doesn't even rank for him. Hydra said pretty good. I said A. Hydra, what tier would you put the Raveners?
I would say B.
B?
Yeah.
So the middle is A.
Did I say
Okay,
A?
then. Nick, you said A, I said S.
Let's go with B,
said A.
because Symbio said like D, basically.
No, that is the metal Ravenous. That is no accurate
Okay.
representation
So Symbio,
of the
where do you
plastic
think we
kit.
should go after hearing all of our feedback?
I think A is the correct place.
Okay.
Simon, pick a kit. You've got the Parasite, the new Screamer Killer, Sporocyte, the Trigon, the Wing Prime, and the Venomthrope as a one-thrope kit.
Ooh. I would say the Zoanthropes go to S.
Tell us more. Give us a quick rundown.
Tell us on it.
I got a box from Moloch,
Yeah.
basically just for the parts.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And that's I would say pure kit bash material. You can use everything. You
I would
can use the
agree.
heads,
S
you
tier.
can use the crests. I love those little tiny arms in there. The tentacles from the, I don't know what the other build is. What's that? Toxic Green or what?
Venom trope.
They are pretty cool. The backs from the Toxic Greens are pretty cool.
Yeah.
You have tentacle heads from the Toxic Greens you can use on warriors and stuff like that. Yeah. Amazing. I would buy the box just for the parts.
Agreed. I fully agree. All the same reasons. S tier for me. Symbio, what do you say?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't done a lot of splitting here, so both Venomthropes and Zoanthropes would go in A. The kit as total would go in S.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Flynn, what do you
that's what it's
think?
for. It's S tier, and the other bit is the neurothrope. You've also got that like bone bit that comes up as well.
Yeah,
That I've
that's a good
seen so many
piece.
people turn into like the end of like a weapon, which
That's
I
an
think is brilliant
excellent
as well.
bit.
So I'm going to put both of those up into S tier.
I think we're agreed. Amazing.
Okay.
Flynn, you can pick the next one.
Well, there's one I'm saved. One I was touched last on, so I'm going to go for the Winged Prime, which I'm inclined to say is C tier.
The Winged Prime. Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason why is that you got the wings, which are really good to use for elsewhere, because like people always strip out the hair being, you can turn it into a good like really long arms and everything. And then you've got the body, which you can then use for like true proper big prime. But aside from that, there's not really much to that kit that you'd want to go out and purchase for it. So that's why I say it's a C tier kit for me, because the wings are there, which are really good to use and take for other things, and the body is there for itself. But aside from that, it's not really much of a kit you get for the bits. You would buy the kit to have that as the main body, not as a. There's lots of utility with this kit. That's why I say it's a C tier kit for me.
Guys, you heard it here first. Games Workshop gave Flynnhammer a fucking Shrike, and he says it's C tier. That's a mess. That's a mess.
They gave me a Shrike Prime, not a Shrike. Now I could go off on this because of the new Space Marine 2 game, but I have a new Flynn 4 hat theory. Gargoyles will get a new kit, and they'll give them melee weapons of rending claws, and they will call the melee version Shrikes.
No, they're gonna call them Pterodons. We already had this rumor like 3 years ago.
Yeah, but they're stuck with Shrikes like for me. That would be enough for me. But anyway, so say C tier for me for the winged prime.
Wow. Symbio, what do you think?
I think B.
Yep.
And I agree with Flynnhammer's arguments wholeheartedly. The only reason why I would push it up a bit is the immense accessibility of that kit.
Yes.
That we're counting in now?
What?
No. Well, we did sort of last time, but not really.
What?
Well, I was not around for the last time.
What happened last time? What?
I think when we did the psychophage, we included like how readily available it was, and it's going to be for quite some time because it's in the combat patrol box.
Yeah.
As well as being in the starter set.
So, Hydra, how do you feel about the Winged Prime for conversions?
Yeah, I wouldn't. When the box was out, there were quite some pieces available separate, and a few things were tempting me, but that didn't, because it's just a warrior with wings, and it's nothing that I would buy, because you know, when I have multiples of something, I can build a unit. For
Yeah.
example, with the Reveners.
Yeah.
I could go like switch warriors with the Revener torsos and be like, oh yeah, look at my warriors. They have I don't know, an acid spitter in their chest, and they have scything talons and what like an extra use.
Yeah.
And this doesn't have an extra use. This is one thing. If I want to have a unit of shrikes, for example, I would have to bite multiple times, and then it becomes unattractive.
Okay, I'd like to respond to that because I did buy this multiple times. I think I bought 9 or 12 Winged Primes because they were so cheap when the Leviathan box came out. And I would say that kind of what Flynnhammer touched on, that this is an updated Tyranid warrior. Like, sure, it's got wings, sure, it's weird, but you can very easily convert it into a walking Tyranid. And it's an excellent, excellent kit for that. With very slight modifications, you can make this into an updated Tyranid warrior. The bits are very juicy, and I later discovered that you cut. Well, actually, this nice boy right here, Thin Man, that I made for High Fleet Moloch, those skinny little tall, long arms in the lower sections, those are Winged Prime arms with the wing membranes removed. Super useful. So I would say this kit, it's weird because it is like monopose or whatever, but I would put it in like probably A tier. I don't know if I'd go S, but I vote for A.
Next to Lictor.
Wait, what's your did you say the tier, Simon?
No, I didn't, but I wouldn't go further than B.
Okay.
All right. Sticking it in B. We've got 2 for B, 1 for A, 1 for C.
Okay. I think you said, yeah, okay. All right, next. I'll pick the next one. Let's go with Screamer Killer, because no one lets me down like the new plastic Screamer Killer. And
Okay.
I'm going to say that at first I was really disappointed with this. It was like I managed to get my claws on it early thanks to Eric's Hobby Workshop. I got to mess around with it. I was super disappointed that it was like so monoposed, like painfully monoposed, and like the weird way that it's like hollow inside and assembles weirdly, and like the left half of one side of the body clicks into the right half of another side of the body. For that reason, I think it's very, like, the current kit is not good for conversions. I'm hoping that they release a multi-part version of it, and that would be better for conversions probably. But right now, there are good bits in it, and people have done good things with the claws and done interesting things with the body. The head is awkward. Looking at what's already on this list, I wouldn't go above B tier. In fact, because it let me down so hard, I might put it in C tier. Who wants to go next?
I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yeah, I'd say C tier because it's the only thing for me is the claws.
Symbio?
Well, right now as a separate bit.
Whoa, you just got really weird and garbled there for a second, Flynn, but I think you're okay now.
I think the claws and the main body, especially the carapace, are used in a lot of ways. What makes it a pretty hard sell are the legs and the head. And I think it goes around the B and the C tier. And looking what is in the C tier already.
What?
Yeah, C tier.
There you go. Who wants to pick next? Symbio? I think it's your go.
Parasite of Mortrax.
There you go. Where do you want it?
S tier, undamaged wings.
What? Come again?
S tier because undamaged wings.
Oh my god, you're one of those people. Okay, gotcha. Simon, this is one of the new Tyranid kits you actually...
let's take this seriously. We have undamaged wings, cool. We have very interesting non flash whip bits that are its talons.
Yeah.
We have a very interesting head.
True. Very true.
In its use for other Tyranids, interesting. Not an S tier, but I think we are going into an A tier.
Whoa.
Just because, as I said before in the review of that model, it looks like they wanted to do something different with the mouth, but then decided against it. And I made a pyrovore out of it.
Yeah.
And I really like what Deshande did with the wings for his Tyranid warrior. And I think the body is great. And the bits all around, if you want to go for other Tyranids.
Yes.
It
And
is
that's what
a-
we're
it
saying.
is-
That's what these kits are for. These kits are for conversion.
It is above B.
Above B. Okay. Hydra,
So
you've actually played with this kit. Where do you think it should be?
I still have it sitting here. There's from a design perspective, there are lots of interesting takes on this. So there are new things that have not been seen before, and it has a special place in my heart because you gave it to me. And
Technically,
I
Symbio
like
Joe
its
gave
arms.
it to you, but I just paid for it.
Technically, I gave it to you, but the money came from Mr. Pink.
Yes. So all in all, I really well, just picking up, looking at it, I think every piece of it can be used.
I mean, I made a spore mine out of its base.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah.
Missed
Yeah.
that.
So I think looking at it, there is lots of utility in there.
Yeah. Cool. Flynn?
I'd say B tier for me. Like you got the wings, you got the head, are two bits that you would definitely take out from this kit. But I feel that you'd mainly purchase the kit for the body and the head together if you were going to use it for a conversion. Not realistic. It's not like a kit you would definitely see someone going to buy to take apart for a kit. Like you got the A tier and the S tiers. I think it's similar to the Wing Prime, so I'd stick it into B tier based on that.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And you're wrong.
Wait, Hydra, you didn't say which tier you wanted it in.
I'm fine with B.
And Symbio says, was it S or A?
You are all wrong. Look at my avatar of the cult where I just used the one wing.
That is pretty cool. So, Symbio says,
But I'm
S,
not mad
we
if
say
it.
B.
I'm not really mad if it drops down to B. To be
No,
honest.
no, I think it's going to be A because you said S and we said B. So, what's in the middle?
No. I said S for funsies because of the
So let's go with
undamaged
B
rings. Yeah.
So are we putting it?
B. Hydra, where do you want to go next?
Because I know the kit Turvagon.
Yep. Tell us about it.
We've done the Turvagon already.
did
It's
the
the
Turvagon.
Trigon or the Tyrannocyte.
Trigon. Sorry.
Yep.
Getting my T's mixed up here.
Give us the T on the Trigon.
I don't know if they still exist, but what I loved about the kit is that you could build two things from it. Of course, it's the same unit, but no, you could build four different things from it. Three, right?
Yeah.
You could build the Morgon, you could build the Trigon, and then you could build the oh wait, the Morgon was the thing that had these things on the side of its head.
Morlock?
Yeah. You have the
Morlock had the big
Morlock,
mouth, the
the
Trigon, and then
Trigon.
the Trigon Prime. The
Trigon
Trigon
Exactly.
Prime had a different mandibles.
Had antenna, right?
Yeah. Well, long story short, I have bought this kit I think 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
because I have 2 Trigons and I have 2 Morgons, and I love my Morgons because I used only the short. It has like different arms,
Yes.
and they really look like digging arms.
Yes.
They do the job perfectly. And I had I have replaced the head with a Carnifex head, and suddenly it looks completely different, and it looks more like a burrowing thing suddenly.
Yep.
And that's how I differentiated the Morgon from the Trigon.
Yeah.
And I still love them, so I'm pretty down with that kid. I would say A.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
So the Scything Talons I really do like because they are really great to take for other kits. You get, I think it's 5 or 6 pairs of Scything Talons. You've actually got these
That
talons have
many?
the actual hands.
You have more than 3
there's got that-
pairs?
It's more. It's got more than 3 pairs. Yeah, because it's got the Morlock has smaller talons
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
than the Trigon and the
Okay.
Trigon Prime, so they have to have those in there. This actually has the hand holding the talons on their biggest talons, and I know Frankendoodle has used that recently on one of his beefed up Hive Tyrants to have it as the hand holding the bone sword. So
Yeah.
that's a really good piece because you can actually base that off a hand holding it. The tail, I know I've taken the 3 different tail options to use on Hive Tyrants to give them a bit more of their own flair. But the tail itself is brilliant to use for conversion in the same ways like for Raveners. You've got the different the carapace for the chest itself.
Mhm.
I've used those to build shrikes out of. Like, there's so many bits. That
And if you use them
Spikes.
cleverly together with damn it, with a Carnifex, you could build even more variety from it, because you could use the tail and shift it a bit. You could use only half of the tail and have it pop it out of the ground.
Mm-hmm.
You get 2 models out of that kit.
Yeah.
As well, it's a brilliant. Just all the kit to do is try another Trigon with it. It's brilliant. But the fact of how much utility there is to go to other kits as well, I would say it's S tier, but like a high A, low S. Very struggling
Symbiote?
border.
I totally agree with Flynnhammer, and I actually did not build a Trigon, Morlock, whatever. But I got leftover bits, and the leftover bits alone saved me when it comes to big buck conversions a lot.
Yeah.
And I think high A, low S is a very good spot for that model.
I'm going full S. And in fact, I think I just realized right now that I may think that the Trigon is one of the most beautiful Tyranids they've ever made. Like, the tail's cool, but just like it's got the Carnifex level of different bits in it for like different builds or different uses or whatever. All the different weird carapace plates are in there. Like Simon mentioned that the Scything Talons are scaled differently to make it look like it can actually dig. I have used so many Trigon mandibles on stuff and Trigon mouthpieces. Like, I just finished that Neurochrone, and that mouth was all Trigon. It's amazing. Like, I feel like anyone should go out and buy this right now. Like, if you've never bought a Trigon, I've never assembled one stock. I've bought several of them and assembled them into other things. In fact, I have like this Bio Titan that I started when I was in Japan in 2011, based on a Trigon that I haven't finished, and I still need to finish it, based on a Bits of Box sketch, and oh god, it's so good. So yeah, heavy S plus for me.
And then
All right, I'm gonna pick the
last
Death
kit,
Daisy
which
because I have history with it.
it's the last one we've got anyway.
All right, I don't know why you picked this picture of it, but this is the Tyrannocyte. I think that this is the Tyranid kit that wins the award for shittiest standard construction, but best bits for other purposes. The 5 carapace shields, like huge carapace shields that you get in this kit, are so useful for all kinds of different things. Slap them on the front arms of a exocrine to get a proper armored front. They've got those cool spore chimneys in them. One of my favorite sleeper bits of this kit are the venom cannons and the barb stranglers, because they're slightly smaller than, well, actually they're a lot smaller than our normal venom cannons and barb stranglers, and they look like the proper scale that you should put on a warrior. Like I would say take whatever. Actually, the new barb strangler and the new warrior kit is pretty cool, but the venom cannon's too big. Take the venom cannon from warrior kit, chop off the barrel, take the little tiny barrel from the Tyrannocyte kit and slap that on there, and it looks so much better. Weird like whips and tentacles in here that are fun. Weird fleshy pieces that you can do other stuff with. I love this kit. I would say that, I don't know if it's S, but it's A for me. Flynn?
100% S tier. This is the kit that is less than a sum of its parts when it's built, but the parts are so much better than the actual kit itself. Like,
Yep.
you've got the
Broke up there a bit.
it's like the little
Oh shit, you're breaking up. You're getting garbled, man.
the vents that you can use. You can put them onto be like bio jetpacks. You could have them onto other bits. Like even the spore.
Flynn, we're
Oh,
not
Jesus.
getting you. You're coming in and out. You're garbled. I don't know what's going on.
For so many different things, you get spore mines as well. Basically, kit is brilliant. Top kit, S tier.
Okay, so your
That came through.
audio came back together just for you to say top tier, top kit, S tier. Perfect. Okay, Symbio, go.
Another kit that I never had the pleasure to work with.
You've never had the pleasure?
Yeah, I only know it from what other people have done with it.
Well, it's pretty fun. Although it's hard to buy, I think.
Yeah.
Hydra, what do you think?
Just from looking at it, I want to play with it. I also never had the use or the chance
Yeah.
to work with it, but it looks like so much fun because it is, you don't know where things are supposed to go. There's no up, no down. It is like truly alien.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
And I love it for that. And yeah, that's why I would love to, I don't know, fuck around with it. So I would buy it just for the bits.
I feel like I need to buy you one now.
No, please don't.
We'll see. Yeah, a bunch of people commented on how you were assimilated by the machines when your audio got really garbled in the chat. Also, good to see you, Wilbur Waitley. I hope you heard the part where I referenced you earlier. I can't remember what it was for, but yeah, glad you're here. Okay, so it sounds like, well, we putting it because like you and I have experience with it. The other boys don't have experience, but they'd like to mess around with it. Is it going S? A? Did I say A? It's an S. Okay, it's already an S. S it is. Cool. All right. So there we have it. There is our tier list for Tyranid plastic kits made by Games Workshop. Flynn, can you make sure you get a screenshot of this? I guess.
Yeah, I'll get a screenshot after. Everything's going a bit weird on my laptop.
Okay, yeah, don't break your laptop. That would be bad. There you go. That is from the Tyranid experts at the Creature Conference. This is all you need to know. So you need to save up your pennies. You need to go out, and if you want to kit bash Tyranids, you need to buy a Turvagon, Tyranid Warriors, a Hive Tyrant, Biovore, some Carnifexes, some Zoanthropes, a Trigon, and a Tyrannocyte. I had an experience a couple years back where I came into some cash and I wanted to do like a crazy giveaway where I gave away like the best kits for kit bashing. However, I haven't got the cash for it right now. But if I did, these are the kits that I would put together as a Tyranid conversion starter pack as a giveaway for folks. Maybe I should talk to one of my sponsors, see if someone wants to sponsor me for a Tyranid giveaway with Tyranid kits. Make cool shit for people. Do you want to do your quiz quickly? Oh, damn. Wait, Radon's got a good point. What about non-Tyranid kits for Tyranid bashing?
That can be another stream for a future time.
I like it. Radon, thanks for that idea. I don't know where we'd go with that, but we could probably look into it.
We should consider taking gene sealer cults then into things.
Oh, right. Yeah. Flynn, do you want to do your quiz?
How much time have you got? 'Cause I've got it like it's a sizable chunk. I thought I'd have a bit more time for it.
Well, you need more time.
Well, no, it's ready, but I think it would take a bit of time. But
Oh, damn, maybe you're too
based
late.
on, I can have. I've got one. I'll take one question from it.
Okay.
Based on all these.
Should I make a poll?
Well, it's more of like what's the answer sort of thing. So the answer for this is what out of all these kits here that are still currently available, which is the oldest sculpt, and what year was it released?
Oh, of all these kits available, which is the oldest sculpt and what year was it released? I think I know the answer. Oh, that's a trick question.
Of all these that we have here,
can it be a kit that had? Wait, I shouldn't say anything. I might spoil it. Okay, chat. There you go. Which kit is the oldest kit here, and what year was it released?
Oh Jesus!
I have my guess. So before you give the answer, I'm ready with my guess.
Yeah.
Let's see what people say.
I'm ready with mine as well.
I want to see if we're going to give a bit of time for chat to
Yeah, we're going to give chat a chance.
While we're waiting for chat to catch up, if you've enjoyed the stream so far, or if you've enjoyed the whole managed to get shenanigans, like the stream, share it with friends, and make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel.
Thank you very much, Flynnhammer. Please do all of those things. Make sure we know that if you're chatting to us, you subscribe. So thank you, everyone in the chat. But if you haven't subscribed, please consider that now. I'm done for tonight working on my big ass Norn emissary into a I don't know, giant lictor, or maybe it's a new version of a Dim Karen, but it's a commission for my good buddy, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to put on its base, and let's see if anyone can identify the reference. Because the Norn emissary is supposed to be super sneaky, but if you look at the Norn emissary kit, it doesn't look very sneaky. So I made it look like a lictor so that I could look a little sneakier. But then this is going to be on its kit. Does anyone recognize what this is from? 3D printed by my good buddy James here in Toronto. He did an excellent job. It's a very, very large box.
Oh Jesus! Are you sticking the feet out of the box?
Basically,
I'm just thinking
it's gonna be something
snake.
like that. Huh?
Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to stop that before you get DM's the edge.
Oh, Symbio got it. I think I have that soundtrack somewhere. I had it for a video. I don't know where it is.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got some answers in chat. So
okay, so we have the answers in the chat. Let's ask the stream hosts first, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Symbio, what's your bet?
I'm very insecure between the Hierophant and the Herodule, but I think the Hierophant made its debut before the Herodule.
Hey, what about
what about the year?
Wait, Hydra?
I would say the other way around. The Herodule was there before the Hierophant.
Yep.
Which is because it's a Simonian
Technically, the Hierophant, the Herodule's not here though.
Yeah.
Flynn took it off because it's not for sale.
Yeah, it's only for sale units.
Fuck.
So, do you want to revise your guesses?
Well, then I have to revalue it. Yeah. But
Okay.
I first have to enlarge it.
Enhance.
Enhance.
My bet is the Tyranid Warriors, because though they got a recut of the sprue, that kit is from 2001. They're the only surviving original plastics from the Just Goodwin refresh.
So I'm just gonna go back. But what? So you're saying 2001 with the Warriors?
Yeah.
Silvio, you're saying the Hierophant. What year?
I'm
You said that the
blanking
Hierophant
there.
doesn't
I'm
count because
just
it's not on sale anymore, right?
No, the Hyro Jewel is not on
Oh.
sale.
The murder
If
chicken's not on
it-
sale. The big giant spider's still on sale.
if we
Oh,
do
I
not
was
count
talking about
that
the Harridan. I'm
if we
sorry.
do not count that the Tyranid Warrior kit got the update for the alpha and the other sprue, yeah, the Tyranid Warriors would be it.
So Simon, you're saying the Harridan
Yes.
then? What year?
Oh Jesus! Don't quote me.
Just guess.
Don't know. I know. 99.
Good guess.
And Symbio, what year for you?
Can I quickly run over to my cupboard and look at the white one?
No.
No cheating.
Nah, I'm happy. I'm happily losing this one.
I'm hoping the chat didn't cheat.
Okay, so the answer, Simon has it correct with the
Fuck.
Harridan,
What?
Yes.
The
and
Harridan
it
came
is
out before the Warriors?
and the 2004 with the sculpt for the
Oh,
year of
wow.
it. The Warriors, Nick, they are a whole new sculpt themselves.
They're not.
Because
Those
of
legs
it.
are exactly
They
the
are
same, man. The bodies are exactly the same. It's a recut sprue.
It's not a recut sprue. It's a whole different sprue because their weapons are different. While they may look nearly identical, they are a different sprue. So they are classified
they
as a
recut the
different
old sprue,
sculpt.
man. Like, you can put the new legs beside the old legs. The attachment points are different. Every detail is identical.
And but it's a different kit though to the original one. That's why this is done on the kit itself, not the actual sculpt. As I said, this is a different sculpt because it's a different kit.
Theft.
If it was that, because also the Hierophant and the Carnifex are then the next oldest, both released in 2005.
Huh.
5. I would have guessed 4.
Yeah. But one last bit, which actually someone has
Wait, when was the
pointed out.
Harridan released?
2004.
2004.
Yeah. Now, I'm trying to see. Tom Wilson does make a good point. The community lists of how we square up. I'm just going to try and do something. See if I can push it to the side. Sorry about this.
You want to send me the
Oh,
picture?
yes.
Do you have it like as a screenshot or it's an actual window?
It's actual window.
Okay.
There you go.
Yo, I didn't
Does
look
that
at
work
that
for the stream?
Flickr link. You can actually like, you got the greens of Hydra stuff. Damn.
Yeah, this is on the Warp Shadow Archives, that link.
Holy toot. Oh my god, holy toot. Okay, that's sex.
What?
So,
Or did I miss?
You sculpted it 4 times, Hydra. You didn't sculpt it once, the arm. The
What?
arm
Say
for the
again.
bobbit worm.
Yeah. I sculpted 4.
so to say, so comparing us with community, D tier is very similar, except they've got the Neurogaunts where we have the barb. They've got
Yeah.
the barb in C tier.
Mm.
We've also got Gargoyles in C and Gene Stealers in
Shit,
C.
Hold on.
And
I got it. Wait,
Homogans.
my thing's all messed up. I can't see your thing. 1 sec.
Oh yeah,
My bad. I didn't realize.
That's all right. I was reading it out as we go, and that's just one of it. The other one is pretty much identical as well.
Right.
But
Here is
B
how
tier is
our picks stack up with the community. There we go. Ish. Good eye. There we go. All right. So the left is our picks. The right is the community's picks. Continue. Sorry.
Right, so B tier, we've got both have got the Prime and the Parasite,
Yeah.
but that's where it differs because they've got the Maliceptor, the Termagants, and the Von Ryans.
Termagant's got
had
to B
them
tier for
below.
community. That's interesting.
Yeah. Then A tier, we match up on the Lictor, the Psychophage, and the Tyrant Guard.
Yeah.
Whereas they've got the Death Leaper,
It's a good kit.
the Execree.
That's a terrible
I'm
kit.
trying to see who goes. The Biovore in there, the Broodlord, the Screamer Killer, the Neurolictor, and the we match up on the Neurotyrant.
Lynn, did you look
Now,
up when that Biovore was made?
Which Biovore?
Sorry, not the Biovore, the Broodlord.
Oh yeah, that was. I've actually give me a moment. I've got the. I should still have my list, but S tier. We matched on quite a few of them there.
Oh yeah, it's pretty similar.
They've just got the
the Norn.
Norn.
It's because I said the Norn should be S. Good work.
Dudes, I just realized what time it is. I'm really sorry, but I really need to hit the sheets.
That's okay, buddy. Thank you so much for staying so long.
Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night. I hope you get some sleep.
Oh yeah, me too.
Symbio, do you gotta drop off? Maybe he already did.
Oh, and you might want to be interested in what I built tonight because I will post it up before I go to bed.
You teasy dirtbag. I can't wait.
It's a boat.
No, it is not a boat. I used a Gene Stealer cultist head.
Ooh,
Wait,
I like
what?
it. Okay, everybody go check out Hydra's profile and put the link in
You
the chat.
tease. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye.
Nick, to answer your question, 2014 in November for the Broodlord.
Really? Way later than I would have thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was right before the Patriarch came out with Overkill,
Yep.
which is basically the same sculpt.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks to everyone. I'm sorry this took 2 streams to get through, but we wanted to really get through it. It was my fault for the last stream because we talked about Kodiaz or some junk, and then I had to run for an event that we were. So thank you for your patience. If you watch both of these streams, hopefully you found this helpful. You could probably have guessed these things from just like looking at our conversions, but if you want a definitive list of what cool stuff you need to go and pick up, this is it. This is your list. So get your if you're in North America, head on over to Fenris Workshop right now using my affiliate link, which is in the description of this video, and add all of these S tier kits to your cart. You will be well stocked for You'll be well stocked for Tyranid conversions for a good long time if you pick up all these sexy boys. Sexy bugs. Oh wait, which ones are? Are you showing the same thing twice?
No, so this one is us. Well, there's 2 different community posts and polls that we did for it. So there's 2 different ones that we had. One was the first one was the second one. So
we didn't
the left is the first one.
We put the Harpy in the S tier?
No. So our one is still here.
Oh, okay. Okay, wait.
Can
you go back to ours for a second?
Community ones because we did one.
Because I cheekily wanted to get a screenshot of ours in square format. Okay, now I've got it. Now you can go back. Those are 2 different community ones you're showing.
I just need to say about the Harridan. Yes, the Harridan is actually 2002 is when it actually came out. I want to make sure that correction's on the stream before you get random comments. Yeah, it's 2002.
So I think Hydra won with the Harridan.
Nifty little website.
Was it stuff of legends?
Oh no, he won with the Harridan. Just guessing that. No, it's another one. It's the Lexicanum. I'm
Oh,
going to show it
Lexicanum
quickly.
has the release dates.
Yeah. It's just. Yep. And so yeah, so you've got all of the stuff here. This is just to show, but
Well,
it's just a hint of what my little quiz is.
Sorry, you got a
So
bit
it's got
garbled
all
there.
of them
Give it
for
to
what
me
year
again.
it's-
Was that Flynn?
It's got the years, actions, when they were.
Okay,
So it's-
you're having trouble. Maybe it's because you're streaming. Maybe you should stop sharing your screen.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Yeah,
what's
that's really
killing you. We'll pull up my screenshot and slap it up here. Low stream. Discord. Bear with. Downloads. Where my dog's at? Tyranid tier list. There we go. Okay, so here's your shopping list. If you want to go and get the best Tyranid kits for bits. Flynnhammer, I think if anyone is still in the chat, please post up some love for Flynnhammer in the chat. This was his idea. This was really fun. This is a great idea, I think. I'm glad we did it. Thank you, Flynnhammer, so much for coming up with this and for running the show for us over not one, but 2 streams. And thank you to everyone who participated in the last stream and put their votes in, and who participated in this stream and gave us all your lovely feedback. Lynn sounds like he's got a tentacle mouth.
Yeah.
That's a good observation, Tom Wilson. And Tom Wilson, I don't know why it's so hilarious to you that I've never been
La,
to
la, la, la.
any wargaming bunker. It's like close, but not that close. I don't know. I have no excuse. I don't go to Welland much. I'm sorry. Symbio, thank you for joining us.
No problem. Always a pleasure.
It was great to have your input on this. And yeah, we can look forward to our next stream, which will be in. Oh, do I have to skip it again? When will our next stream be? Is anyone smarter than me?
Be the 21st.
I'm gonna be away. 20th. September 20th. I don't know if I can stream on the 20th.
Okay,
I might be able to, but Nora and I are going to be someplace fancy. So I might not be able to do it. We'll have to see. Anyway, yeah, we'll find out, but we are going to have a stream on next Wednesday. We're going to talk about Kickstarter stuff. Make sure to get your Kickstarter stories in. Just go to the little the preview for that stream on my YouTube channel. It's already scheduled. And record your Kickstarter stories in that form. And remember that Nora and I, here, I'll do it. Here. So we're going to be doing the hobby Kickstarter thing on Wednesday. Submit your hobby Kickstarter stories. Go over to that that live stream on my YouTube page and tell us about what you think about Kickstarter, how long you'd wait for a Kickstarter, positive or negative experiences you've had. And then go over to the other stream, which is Nick and Nora's Infinite stream, which will be on Sunday, September 15th. If you have any questions for Nora, slap them in here. Otherwise, you can see us on there. I think we're going to talk about like relationships in the hobby and like how to maintain your relationship and your hobby at the same time and how to communicate with your partner. It's going to be real squishy, touchy-feely. You're going to love it. Because Nora is a very talented person. She's professionally trained in being a smart and communicative person. So we're gonna have some good perspectives. So yeah, if you have any questions, it can be anything. It could be like, does she like Warhammer? Is she interested in Warhammer? Does she have a favorite faction? She has since become really attuned to 40K because she plays Tacticus now, the mobile app. So you can ask her favorite team on Tacticus. Who knows? Whatever questions you want. Again, the link to this is in, you go over to, show you. You go to my YouTube channel. You don't judge me for all the Game of Thrones crap on my my homepage. or Lego crap. You go to here where it says upcoming live streams. If you click into the hobby Kickstarter one, you can find the link for the forum. If you click into Nick and Nora's Infinite Stream here, you can find the link for the that forum. And we look forward to hearing from you. All right, I think that's it. Thank you, everyone in the stream, in the chat. Thank you, Flynnhammer. Thank you, Symbio Joe, and thank you, Hydra, who's gone to bed. I'm really impressed that Hydra made it after how much he told us about what he's been going through with his youngin.
Yeah.
So praise be to Hydra. And yeah, this has been really fun. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Good night.
All right, get some sleep and we'll talk
Bye,
again
guys.
soon. Bye-bye.